Hello and welcome to our brand new series called To Be a Legend. What is to be a legend? Well, we're going to start with the team in the Vanarama National League North, and we're just going to work our way. It could mean that we end up managing Barcelona, but the idea is that we start as low as we can in the English League, and then we become a legend before the series ends at some point in the future. Which team are we going to pick from the Vanarama National League? Well, you're about to find out. All I can tell you is it's a team that is fairly close to where I live, and that is the premise of the save. And then what we'll do is we'll just increase and move on as and when the opportunity arises, as when we get job offers come in. If you've been watching my from the bottom to the top, very similar save, except we did stick with the team that we started out with, and there will be a brand new series of from the bottom up to the top at some point during FM21. But this is the new series, To Be a Legend, and this is the team that we are going to manage. Hello and welcome to episode 1 of To Be a Legend, and we have been confirmed as a manager of Chorley, and as you'll see, eyebrows have been raised in the world of football. An appointment of 57-year-old who recently spent time away from club football and is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at Victory Park. Just Offside has put pen to paper on a 2-year deal, £625 a week, and replaces a previous manager, Jamie Vermilgo. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sure I will be told if not. So Victory Park is a 4,100 capacity stadium. We have poor training facilities, basic youth facilities, and fairly basic youth recruitment. The club was founded in 1883, and they are a semi-professional English club currently playing in the Vanarama National League North. Chorley suffered relegation from the National League last season and will need to adjust to life in the National League North. The club play their home games at Victory Park and possess poor training facilities, basic youth facilities, and the club has also average academy coaching and a fairly basic youth recruitment network. The club retains a fierce rivalry with Bamber Bridge and AFC Fylde, who aren't too far away. As a club which enjoyed the best spell of success during the 2010s, their last competition win coming as recently as 2014. Chorley are a club with growing history. Chorley finished runners-up in the English 6th tier for the only time in 2019 and won the 7th tier in 1988 and 2014. We enter the FA Cup second qualifying round and the FA Trophy, Fat Trophy, at the third qualifying round, and that is the Evo Stick League Premier Division, which they won in 1988 and 2014. I have an assistant manager of Andy Priest and a director of football who is called Simon Lee. Can we see his credentials or not? Can if we click on him, no doubt. He only has a 5 and a 7 of judging player ability and player potential, which is not fantastic. We may need to be upgrading our director of football sometime soon. And Andy Priest, he's actually got quite good judging ability. He's good with working with youngsters, and he's management. So we'll hang on to him for sure. So that is that. This is the team that they suggest is probably our best team. Our hottest prospect is Harvey Smith. Our key player is Lewis Riley. We are fairly professional. and the top earner is Harry Cardwell. We'll find out how much he earns, and Scott Leather is our captain. So the team that they suggest, it looks like we're playing a 5-2-1-2 in this scenario. So we have an attacking midfielder come shadow striker in Riley, and then we'll have the front two, middle two, and we have the five at the back, three back defenders and two wing backs. Lewis Dutton is out on loan until the end of the season at Whitchurch. I suspect we don't have a recall on him, but we will check him out. He's a goalkeeper anyway, but we'll check that out at some point or other. The club are expecting us to work within a wage budget, which is pretty normal. Top half finish in the National League North. Reached the first round of the FA Cup and the second round of the Fat Trophy Cup. And it just says here that contract expires in, and they're looking to sell the club. Okay, hopefully we'll still have a job then. Okay, so this is the usual thing. Schedule a press conference, arrange an inter-squad friendly, and send an advice report. And there we go, we've taken the hot seat. We're not going to do the other bits just yet. There's an update of players in the last year contract, and obviously delayed decision, which we will do. In fact, let's apply recommended for that. Tactical direction required. We'll look at that a little bit later when we've had a look at the squad. That we've already looked at, but we do need to accept it. And then pre-season preparation. Injury update. Harry Cardwell has torn groin muscle. He'll be out for, doesn't say. No, it doesn't say. Some Welsh side have rejected a offer for a friendly match. English transfer window is in progress, and here is the introductory advice. Request youth facilities increase. Andy Halls make him captain, Sam Walker vice captain, Lewis Riley we'll do all of that offline. Must respond to the tactical direction required. So let's have a look at the squad then. Fairly basic squad. This won't include the under-23s. This is the under-23s, and what we will do is, first things first, let's have a look at wages. I did say Harry Cardwell was the top earner, and then he's closely followed by Andy Halls, Ollie Shenton, Riley. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 players that are on a wage with us. If we go to ability, our current ability is Lewis Baines, who is a central defender, and Lewis Riley, who is our attacking midfield stroke striker, 21 years of age, so age wise we're good. Sam Walker is probably the oldest, we'll look at that in a moment. And then on potential ability, Tyler Garrett, 4-star current, 5-star potential. So I'm liking that we have 4 5-star potential in our midst, and then we have another 4 that could potentially be, and then we have 2 4.5-star. Actually, it's not, on paper, it's not really a bad squad, and if it's just come down, then there's scope there. Probably you won't need to do major amounts of work. Okay, age-wise, yeah, Sam Walker is the oldest, and then Andy Hall's at 28. So Sam Walker, he's non-contract. That's probably why his contract hasn't been renewed. He is a central midfielder. We'll see how he goes as time goes on. But all in all, not looking like a bad squad to start off with. Let's have a look. So their suggestion was for a 5-3-2 with that player playing forward, basically. So yeah, 5-2-1-2. That's the formation that it's given me on the front screen. So Cardwell and Riley, your two main strikers. Sean Miller, possibly we need another one to back this up, and then attacking midfield. We're quite strong. If you take Lewis Riley out of there, possibly another one in there. Midfield okay. Wing backs we could probably do with a couple on either side. One on this side, two on this side, and central defence again. Nothing major there. We'll probably do with a couple of people to show it up, and we're definitely in need of a backup goalkeeper or two, should I suggest, as we go along there. All in all, I think a little bit of work to be done there immediately, and that takes us to our introduction to the team. We'll have a closer look at those as we go. We're going to motor forward, currently on 27th of July. We're going to motor forward to the 1st of September. And what we'll do is we will come back on the 1st of September, see what we've done, give you some idea of the tactics that we're going to utilise, and see where we've got to and what it's looking like initially in this particular save. So as you come back to join us, this is what's been going on in the transfers. We are on the 1st of September. So transfers, as you'll see, quite a few transfers had come in prior to us taking over. But since we've been in, Dennis Gyamfi, he's Guyanan anyway, plays on the right of defence, and he is best as a fullback or a wing back, and a wing back is where we will be playing him, probably on defence, probably more than anything else. We might play him on support, but he is a 4-star current ability and a 4/5 for star ability, a potential ability, and he is just 18 years old, so one for the future for sure. So that is Dennis. Henry Ogunby, for those of you who may have watched the from the bottom up to the top, he was somebody that we brought in the Bradford Park Avenue side in that particular series. Again, he's 4-star current and 4 to 5-star potential ability. Let's hope he performs a little bit better than he did in the Bradford Park Avenue save. However, I guess as time moved on with him there, he was starting to show signs of his ability. He is best as an attacking winger in this position, which is where we'll play him more in this save. In the Bradford Park Avenue save, he was more played back here because we didn't really play those positions, but here he will be in his favoured position, so we'll see how he performs there. So he's best in that position, can play as an inverted winger in the same position, and also as an inside forward, as well as an advanced playmaker. There he's got a few other attributes as well. As you can see, he goes down. He's got scope to be a good attacking winger out there on that right side. And then we've brought in Jack Storer. Jack came in from Telford. He is sorry, I've jumped out of there, haven't I? Jack Storer is a left-sided attack, so on the opposite side to Ogunby. Not quite as high up. He's only 3-star current ability, but does have 5-star potential ability. He's on He's 22 years old, so a little bit concerned that his probably star rating isn't higher at this stage, but his physical attributes are very, very good. If not, his technical is lacking very slightly, but when you look at the team report, he does actually stack up quite well. As you'll see, he is purportedly the number one on the left wing there, as Ogunbi is on the right side. So they're the three that we have brought in to date. Outgoing, Kyan Spencer McDermott has gone to Nuneaton on a free, and Tyler Garrett was snuck away. I think he was on non-contract by the time we've tried to do something with him. Not really interested. He's gone to Wrexham also on a free. So no money being spent in, no money spent being out, which is just as well because we haven't got the finances. We are overspent on our wage budget at the moment, but we will look once we've excuse me, once we've sorted out the team properly. We will then look to offload a few of those players that potentially won't get a chance to play through the season, because otherwise they'll only have the grumps if they do. So once again, let's go and have a look now then at the tactics, because having decided all that, this is the formation that we've plumped for. It's 4 at the back with wing backs on either side, then central midfield with a box-to-box midfielder and a ball-winning midfielder, and then 2 wide wingers or inverted wingers, whichever they are best placed, and then up front we have 2 forwards. Not quite sure whether we go for attacking forward and target man, or 2 pressing forwards or what yet, but again we'll base that on the players that are in those positions as we go forward. Just out of curiosity, if we were using that formation, this is the squad that it would suggest. It's gone completely red for a minute. I'm not sure why that is. I think it's a little bug actually in FM21. Hopefully they'll fix it in due course. As you'll see, this is the team that from the selection advice, it recommends Taylor in goal, Kennedy, Williams, Diaby, Cork, Trotman, Coogan, Calvi, Hyde, Ogunbi, Bull and Cardwell. Out of those, Taylor is in on a trial, Trotman is on trial, Cork is on trial, Diaby is on trial, Kennedy Williams is on trial, Coogan, Hyde and Charlie Bull all on trial as it currently stands. So you can see a lot of the players that aren't currently here, as this would suggest, aren't best suited for our lineup. So it could be a bit of chopping and changing to go in the near future. Let's have a quick look at the squad depth in that same vein then. So up front we have Lewis Riley and Cardwell. I think on the last screen we did say that we would have a look and see who else we could push up front. Ogunbi can play up front, but Charlie Bull potentially could be the third striker up front there. Ogunbi, I didn't realise, can play on both sides and quite well, especially in the attacking. Well, there we go then. Jack Storer, Newby on this side, and Ogunbi. So a right mixture really, with Sean Miller. Combination of sort of 3 potentially on either side. But if somebody else does come up with a 3 or 4 star, we could potentially pick somebody up for there. Michael Collins is our best centre midfield, with Shenton being our second best, and then a number of others immediately afterwards, but again we could do with possibly one other in there. Gamphy on the left, along with Arlene Birch. Still, I think we do need, let's just filter this down, because I think it's set at 1 star. Let's filter it to 3 stars. That gives us better visibility of what's going on here. So yeah, again, as I said, we do need one on either side there to shore that up. Strikers fine, midfield fine. Need another left defensive player. Right hand side, Cork's looking favourable here because he can also play in defence as well. So Cork, bring him in, would give us the second best on the right side here. And actually, if Gumphy's playing on the left, albeit he's best on the right, does mean that we need some left defenders Left defenders in FM20 were hard to come by, and Reece Taylor looks like he is our number 2 goalkeeper, potentially to come into that slot. So Cork possibly. We'll see who else is about, but Cork will be a definite deputy for Gamphy, and Gamphy on the left side, but we could probably do with better on the left. We could do another 4-star on the left, and then we have Baines and Leather, our mainstay in defence, along with Andy Halls, and Cork can move over there if required. So that is how they are looking. What else have we got at the moment? I think that is pretty much it. We've got a bunch of friendlies to play as well, and also the draw for the FA Cup second qualifying round, which will be our first match of the season. So without any more to do, I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to cycle through to the 1st of October. The first game will be on the 3rd of October, but we will cycle through to the 1st of October, see where we are, because that will be near enough the position we're going to be in to start the season. And as I say, we will then start to look at players that we're going to release and drop off the wage budget to try and get that wage budget back in line, depending on who we've brought in the meantime. 1 and 2, we will also then at that juncture in time begin to have a look at whether we need to bring in some loans to fit the other positions that we haven't otherwise filled, because simply there isn't anybody out there to bring in on a free to fill the positions, but we do need that bit of extra strength in certain positions. Left defender as an example, somebody that we can bring in on a season loan possibly for the left side of defence. But anyway, we'll start to formulate those plans probably once we get to the 1st of October, start of the season. One thing to remember in the national leagues, there is not any fixed closure of the window. You can actually bring players in throughout. It does close, I think, for the first or the last few weeks or last month of the season, but in the main you can actually bring players in. So without any more to do, let's move on to the 1st of October. And so here we are at the 1st of October, and as you will see, the last person in on the 1st of September was Jack Storer. Since then, we have brought in Charlie Ball, who was the other attacker that we were looking at. He has come in. He's 20 years old, comes in from Everton, and he's done reasonably well. We've brought in Reece Taylor as our backup goalkeeper, and add competition to our main goalkeeper, Unwin, and Michael Collins. I didn't actually check the star rating, so 3-star, 3.5, 4.5 star potential ability for Charlie Ball. Reece Taylor, he's currently 3-star potential. He's only 3-star as well. He's 30 years old, so he will only possibly do a season for us. And then Michael Collins also, he's 34, but I think for experience in centre midfield is, I think just for a season, is a given. As you'll see, he's actually declining on a lot of his attributes, so we will need to keep one eye on that and maybe bring somebody else in during the season on loan or on a free, but it gives us a little bit of breathing space to have a look at who's available. Currently 3.5 star of a potential, a current ability, and obviously will be also for his potential as well. He's been around and about, played for Huddersfield, Scunthorpe, Wimbledon, Oxford United, York, Bangalore for a season by the looks of it. Leyton Orient, Halifax, Alfreton Town, and then obviously on to us. So he's been around. Nobody else going out at this time. We go back a screen, can actually see that we are actually bringing in a couple more players. Jordan Cork, I think, was on the list when we last looked. He is a centre right defender, mainly in the centre, but can play on that right side. we're looking. So we're just in negotiating, waiting for him to come back on contract. So hopefully that will come back fairly soon. And also Akeem Hines, he is a left-sided player that we said that we needed a left-sided defender. So there he is. Probably not all that we were bringing in. He is a 3-star current ability and has 4.5 5-star potential ability. He's 20 years old, and he would be coming in, if he comes in, will be coming in from Bradford Park Avenue, strangely enough, where he was on loan. He's actually coming in from Rotherham, was on at Bradford Park Avenue last season. Then Lincoln. So he had gone to Lincoln, didn't play a game there. So potentially be bringing him in on about £220 a week by the looks of both of those. So that would do. Financial wise, that's put us up to about 7,000 there or thereabouts now. So again, we're going to have to bring that down by a fair old chunk if we're to get that back into line before too far into the season, as things go. Right, so that is where we're at. Let's have a look at the tactics screen then. What we are going to do, if we clear this for the moment, clear and then do suggest squad. I've got that red pitch up again, which we've got rid of, and this is the team as it looks now. Irwin, Gumphy, Baines, Leather, Halls. This is more like the team because I think now we've got through to the 1st of October. Obviously the game coming up on the 3rd of October will be our first thing, and then we can't play loan or trialists, should I say. So this will actually put us in a position. Walker, Collins in central midfield, Storer and Ogunby in attacking midfield, and then Riley and Cardwell are our strikers. And the bench they're looking quite okay, I think, generally. So you will see. Let's have a quick look at what's been going on in pre-season. But sticking to that thing, we lost 3-0 against Preston. I think we got down to here last time you were with us. So we have won the 4 games that we've played in pre-season: 4-0, 4-0, 4-1 and 6-0. So only conceded 1 goal in those 4 games. And all away from home, which is quite interesting. And you will also now see that our FA Cup second qualifying round is against Hitching Town. Hitching Town are from the Southern Premier Central. They're a semi-professional outfit, and so we will be playing them as our first game, and then our first game in the National League North is against Telford United, and Telford United finished last season 13th, as it was then. Right, one other thing to do before the end of this episode, very quickly, is to have a look at what am I trying to do here? Let's have a look up here. Let's go to here and the overview, season preview. We are currently 9th in the expectations. 12-1 is the odds for us to be promoted. Obviously, as being relegated last season, along with Fylde. Fylde are favourites to go up, 2-5 to go up. So 9th. So that's the target. Is position 9th. We want to try and get higher than that to beat the expectation on this particular save. And Dream 11 wise, I don't know that we've actually got Will Huffer. He's Bradford Park Avenue goalkeeper. He's slotted in there. I don't think we've actually got anybody in the Dream 11. Oh, Henry Ogunby, but he's not in the Media Dream 11 starter, but he's a key player apparently, along with Lewis Riley. So we have 2 in the overall thing: Lewis Riley, as I say, and and Henry Ogunby are our two for the media thing. So that's where we are. I think it is high time that we end the episode and we come back with episode 2, which will be our first 2 games, a game again in the second round of the second qualifying round of the FA Cup, and then we'll obviously have our first league match against Telford. So Hitchin Town's away from home, Telford United is at home. Hope you've enjoyed that episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date with future episodes of To Be a Legend and obviously other series as they are released. New episodes of this particular series are currently going to be released every, let me just check, I think it's going to be every Wednesday and Friday to start off with. At 4:15 p.m. And if you're not sure or what's going on and you want to know when they are released, why not follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2 for all the updates on this channel and more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode very soon.